us a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Miami Dolphins. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout. And they'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play action, now it's Tua. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Tua. He'll dump this off to Achane. Get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On play action, here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting and preparation and understanding what their team was capable of.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Running free at the 45. Off to the races. Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to take Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, 89 yards. And the Niners use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Shifts by him. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Solo left Zion.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
20, TX. Hey, get set.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Tua going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's good for a Dolphins first down.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the 1st down.
H.M. not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he's got it. Touchdown. Tua finding his hold out of a teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Tua going to try and throw for it. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead.
Dolphins 8, 49ers 7.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A tight one. 8-7 our score after one on EA Sports. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Purdy now to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 101 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Play action. Now Purdy. That's caught downfield by Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 39 yards. And the Niners have regained the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Purdy will throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points. The
49er offense set to get this drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
McCaffrey on the counter. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A gain of 13 yards.
Purdy.
First down, San Francisco.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Fourth down try. Here's Purdy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Up the middle, Achane.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now he'll tuck this and run. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the
2
37.
minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Little short pass here to Hill. A gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 42-yard line.
H.M. gets it from the gun.
And he stopped immediately there. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
Looking to pass. Tua. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Malik Washington,
58 yards.
and the Dolphins are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 8.
49ers 13.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
39-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will do it for this first half.
49ers 16.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Purdy looking to throw. Working the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as They're able to get the third down conversion.
That's really good. Play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. McCaffrey running up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
At the 45-yard line.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
That is caught. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 26. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
A gain of 15.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
This 2nd and 4.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the 49ers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll try and throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
46 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Play action. Now it's Tua. Little short pass here to Hill. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Running right, here's Achane.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
On play action, here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. They call it a gain of a yard. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will tie us at 24 all.
So given 3 on that drive, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up in the 38.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. In motion comes the tight end left.
Here's Purdy.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
18 on the play. And the 49ers first down.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Outside.
This is McCaffrey on the give. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
At the 47-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down.
Back to throw, Purdy.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we're seeing so far as a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Purdy on 4th down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 on Dolphins touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Connects with Kittle underneath.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting Tim back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try to pick it up himself.
5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Pass caught by Pearson.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Now Purdy.
And this pass broken up.
And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right. It's no good. And that will keep the lead at 8. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
The start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Washington. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Tua going to run the sneak. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the first down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right, why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap, just fall down and pick it up. They got it there.
2nd and 6.
All right, come on.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try to loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Ready, set.
Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
At the 49ers 4-yard line.
Tagovailoa looking to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Niners will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Get set. Get set.
Purdy to throw.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Here comes 2nd down. Throwing, Purdy. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. That's such a costly interception. Nearly a pick six, but now they're so close, they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes is successful. But in this case,
and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Devon Achane taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
49ers 24.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
Now San Francisco are going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Purdy to throw. That's complete to Pearsall. Room to maneuver at the 35.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Here's 1st down.
That's another 49er first down.
To throw is Purdy.
Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that one's incomplete. 3 seconds left, and barring a penalty, this next play should be our last.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Purdy with one final shot here.
Going for it all.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Dolphins come up with a late turnover. And it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late. And they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just didn't get their equilibrium back.